his family has a lot of money. The son Richard wants to show that money does not buy quality, especially when it comes to love. Richard falls in love with a young girl named Helen. But Richard did not know how to tell her that he loved her. The next day, Helen was leaving for Europe. The young Richard invited Helen to a theater before they left, declaring his love. But everything went wrong and they were in traffic. In that moment, they decided to talk and end up confessing their love. And so Richard showed his father that not everything is bound with money. What he did not know was that his father pays every. What he did not know was that his father pays everything, so that he will confess his love to Helen. The end of the magic. This story originates in the city of New York. Della and Jim, a couple of young people who live in this great city. Jim owes her a week. Della is at home preparing dinner for Jim. This pair of young people love each other too much, but wanted to give each other a gift of Christmas night. She wanted a chain for Jim a pocket watch. He wanted to buy some combs for Della's beautiful hair. Neither of them had the money for the gift. So she cut her hair, and sold it at Jim sold his a watch. In the end, nothing realized their gift. But they spent a happy Christmas together.
Hi, I'm Daniel Aponte. Today I'm going to talk about two stories. The first is Art of Game, and the second is The Troubadour. This story describes the situation of two friends, Andy and Jeff. They were not making money, and Andy decided to sell stolen items without Jeff knowing. Andy met a millionaire, Mr. Scudder, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he had an Egyptian gold horse of great value, but he wanted to have another horse because there were only two in the world. Okay, it occurred to Andy to the millionaire the other horse, but he told Jeff that he should take care of it. For this, he told him that he had to pass himself off as a master of art. And he tells Jeff that he has the golden horse and he can bring it from a store at no higher cost and that they will sell it very dearly. Jeff believed him and decided to sell the golden horse without knowing that Andy had stolen the horse from the millionaire. And now Mr. Scudder had only one horse, and Andy and Jeff were left with a big booty. The Troubadour is the history of a man who travels constantly from town to town singing songs about life and his experience. Thanks to this, he earned food and a place to sleep. During his last trip, he stayed with a family very active and loud. So one day he decided to start looking for a family that was more quiet and cozy. On this street, he arrived at the ranch of a sheep, sheepherder in a town in Texas, who offered him the things that the troubadour was looking for to stay. The sheepherder enjoyed the music of this troubadour, and he liked to sing at night. Since since dice distracted him from the economic problems that he had. One day, the shepherd meets a man who tells him that he owns the land where his sheep are and that he must get them out of there. His shepherd returns sad to this house and tells the troubadour what happened and dies after looking for solution. This shepherd returns and finds the owner of the land, and this man asks him some questions where he realizes that the shepherd is the brother of the woman who raised him and who helped him to win his money. In gratitude, he tells him that he can leave his sheep on his land and that he will pay off his debts at the bank and help him fix his house. The shepherd returns very happy to this house to the troubadour, but the to the troubadour, but the troubadour is not at that moment. At night, when the troubadour returns, he tells to the sheepherder that he will not have to worry about the owner of the land anymore because he murders him, and the sheepherder asks him to sing because he does understand what just happened.